So morning, I had some thoughts this morning, and I wanted to share them with us. What do we think of when we speak of a life well lived? Money, power, possessions. Like, what do you want written on your tombstone? You know, he made millions of rands, ran a brilliant business, drove a Mercedes Benz, a BMW, a Lamborghini, and lived in a house in Sandton. What do we want written on our tombstones, I guess? And this week, I lost someone, my nouna, Margaret, that's a godmother. And just as I reflected on the loss and on her life, it caused me to reflect a little bit on my own life and what the life I want to live, and what I can learn from her life, both the good lessons and the bad. But you know, she graduated to glory earlier this week, and I really think we can speak of a life well lived. I know that I was deeply loved by her as her first godchild. She taught me to cook calamari properly. Now, I don't know, I always made calamari and it came out tough, but she taught me to cook calamari properly. She always had wisdom to offer. You know, I could phone her and say, hey, I'm having this op, this doctor, this thing, whatever, or I'm going here, we're going there, or this is what's going on with the family. She always had some wisdom to offer in family, in health, in cooking, in all aspects of life. She was an amazing woman. You know, she was one of those women that impacted my own mother's life. After my father passed away and also passed through to glory, you know, at funerals, people often say, we're here for you, we're going to look after you, we'll be there for you. But she actually did. You know, since my dad died in 1997, my nouna, Margaret, has stood by my mother and supported her and loved her and cared for her and blessed her for the last, whatever it is, 27 years, 26 years. Every week, a phone call, come visit, come have food, come here, come there. I mean, even when my mom went into hospital for some stuff, she was like, no, you can't go into hospital with old PJs. And she used to buy her new PJs and slippers and all sorts of things. And, you know, you're not looking well. Here's some vegetables. You need to eat properly. She was that type of lady. I know her faith was so important to her. Her family was so important to her. And her community was so important to her. And I guess in this kind of just in reflecting, what is important to us? What is important to me? I mean, one day when it comes for our turn to pass through to glory, could we speak of a life well lived? As Christians, we know our eternity is secure, but can we speak of a life well lived? The challenge, I think, here for you and for me, friends, is are we building, what are we building with our lives? Or whose lives are we adding into? What community are we building into? You know, will we speak of a life well lived? The challenge here is basically, in a nutshell, if you get to the end of your life and your best friend is a cat, then you've missed it. And for my nouna, God bless you, nouna, and I know that you are with your Jesus, and I know where you are, secure in eternity, reconciled to our Father in heaven. But I know you lived a good life. And we can speak of a life well lived. The Lord bless you and thank you for all you did in my own life and everyone else's and my mom's and our family's life, and for your love and support all the years. God bless you. Tanamo and the boys, be blessed. Deepest condolences from us. But thank you for sharing your mom with us. Her life challenged us to live our lives in a better way. So that one day when our time comes to pass, we can speak of a life well lived.